So everyone's telling you guys to become a plumber, but no one wants to train you, and no one wants to hire you. Why? When everyone's all like, "Oh, there's so many jobs available. There's not enough plumbers. Everyone's retiring," and all these people tell you to become a plumber, but every time you apply, they don't want to hire you, and I'll explain to you why. So we have the data right here, and in the van, in the last 30 days, they spent 54 hours and 36 minutes driving. Just driving. So on two guys, it's 109 hours. So we spent 34% time, 34% of the time on a regular 320 work week driving. So what does that mean? So that means when you get a helper and you put two guys in a vehicle, it goes from 54 hours to 109 hours. And that means you're paying those people to be driving. Also, that means 34% of the time you're not at a customer's house billing. So this is another reason why no one wants to train you, because it's just so expensive. When you're doing 34% of the time just driving, or you do, let's say, $20 an hour times 109, you're looking at like $5,000 just to have you two guys driving around in a truck. So that's the main reason no one wants to teach you how to plumb, because it's just so expensive. Not to mention, when you really start plumbing, you don't know anything. You don't know how to do anything, so you're not even producing anything. So it takes about, on average, probably 6 months to a year before you could even make $1 for a company. So no company wants to hire you, because I'm getting a lot of inboxes of people applying for me to work with me, but they're like, no, well, why I haven't got back to you? It's just almost impossible to make a new employee profitable. At that time of driving, it's ridiculous. So my suggestion would be, if you want to get into plumbing, get into construction, and then slowly do residential. But in this field, no one wants to train because it's just so expensive. And it cracks me up because I'm doing this video because there's so many people online that make social media and they make it sound like they're doing real good. And they always say like, oh, use a licensed plumber. And I went online and checked their license, and most of these people are just faking it. When all these people are showing you numbers of like, oh, I just made $4,000 as a plumber, and then you check their their license, or you check their information, because you're like, because not to be a hater, because you're like, maybe I'm doing something wrong and this guy is doing something better, so I go and try to learn from them. You realize that these guys are also faking it and they're not doing that well. So when you see someone say you can make $4,000 in a day, most of these people are lying. Also, you got to keep it in math. If you're looking at someone bill at LA, they're probably their drive time. If you ever worked in LA, you're probably that number's like 50%. So most of the time you could bill at a higher rate because you have to, because you're spending so much time driving. So all these little things that to take into account why you're applying to plumbing companies and no one is reaching back to you. It's because it's almost impossible to make you profitable from the beginning. So it takes about a year for you to make money and recoup all the time you wasted, plus all the mistakes you're gonna make. And that's why no one gets back at you when you're like, hey, I want to be a plumber, but I have zero experience, because you're gonna probably flood a house, do so much damage that it's not worth a plumbing company to take the risk on you. So my suggestion is go the commercial route, residential or new construction, but it's all, no one wants to hire because you're a liability at first year to second year. People think that most the people that are in high demand are plumbers that are like 6 years and above. But yeah, there's companies that'll train you, but at the same time, I don't think there's a company out there that has the training locked down, because there's so much to plumbing. It's almost impossible to make guys profitable.